Thanks very much, Glenn, for your opening remarks and for the support that Deloitte Ireland has provided to the Centre over the past couple of years. We'll move now to our first keynote contribution by Mary Robinson, former President of Ireland and Chair of the Elders. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Professor Dáire Keogh, President of DCU, to introduce Mary Robinson.
Well, folks, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you to DCU this morning and to the Helix. It was wonderful standing outside in the foyer just to see such a variety and such a range of leaders from across so many sectors in the diplomatic corps, higher education, some of our wonderful students, policymakers, activists and general public. All of you united by your passion for the planet. And it's great to have so many people interested in the room this morning. I'm delighted too to have Glenn and Nicola with us and our friends from Deloitte. We'd like to thank Deloitte for this partnership and their sponsorship and support for the Centre for Climate and Society. Without their support, this activity wouldn't take place, so we're hugely grateful to them. It's a particular honour for me and on behalf of yourselves to welcome Mary Robinson, who's our guest of honour, and our other keynote speakers today. Dermot has already spoken about the menu. We'll have Ella Saltmarsh, and then you'll be truly inspired by Niamh, Laura Connor and Ellie, who will speak to us later. All of them participated in the Children and Young People's Assembly on Biodiversity Loss. Dermot has spoken about the theme of today's conference, climate justice across the generations. And the climate change is one that none of us can hide from, irrespective of our chronology, that all of us demonstrate a concern for our planet, the future of the planet, our common home, which is literally on fire. And as Dermot said too, about records being shattered month by month. And all of us are concerned, not just concerned, but from a self-interested perspective, all of us are concerned by the escalation of so many kind of warning signs. It's not just that normal patterns are being disrupted, but as we say, the planet is literally on fire. And generational patterns and norms and, I suppose, expectations are being challenged too. We can see teenagers like our wonderful panellists today demonstrating a wisdom beyond their years and making sense in so many ways in contrast to their elders who should know better. And we also, on the other hand, have rebellious pensioners like the Swiss women who lately won their climate case in the European Court of Justice. And indeed, Mary Robinson herself has described herself as an angry granny. So there is that full kind of spectrum here today. And I hope that the conversations in the room here will spark new collaborations, creating connections across the generations with that, as I say, common goal of effective climate action and climate justice. This conference is part of the university's wider activities in relation to climate change, the sustainability of the university and all our activities itself, but we're particularly proud of the DCU Centre for Climate and Society, who are at the forefront of this work. It's a unique centre in an Irish context because it focuses and demonstrates research interests, insights and analysis from the humanities and the broad range here at DCU in terms of policy, media, politics, communications, education, business and other social sciences. That is unique and again demonstrating the vital role of the humanities in Irish societies and at the heart of the university. The work of this centre has never been more important to us. And this year, 2024, is, of course, the year of elections. Somebody has described 2024 as democracy's Super Bowl. 40% of the world's population will go to the polls this year. And it is vital that awareness about the climate challenge is before people as they cast their votes. On the democracy issue too, I'm very proud of colleagues in the centre here who are leading a major Horizon research project titled Retool, which is addressing the twin challenges of responding to climate change and strengthening democratic governance at the same time. Members of the centre here at DCU will also play a leading role in the Climate Plus. You'll be aware of Climate Plus. It's a new 41 million UK and Ireland co-centre. It's housed at Trinity here, but DCU will lead out on the social science research strand of the centre. So needless to say that these are just some of the projects that have been spearheaded by Dermot and his colleagues, and you will learn more about them today. In terms of our teaching as well, our undergraduate and postgraduate programmes make an important contribution to DCU's activities in the field. Just last week, the latest group from our MSc in Climate Change, Policy, Media and Society graduated here in the Helix, and I'm pleased to see many of the graduates from that programme are with us today, and indeed one of the graduates, Roisin Greeny, will participate in one of the panel discussions later. And building on the success of that Masters in Climate Change, we also have a BA in Climate and Environmental Sustainability. And the first cohort joined us in 2024. The first group will graduate in this autumn, but just as a shameless plug here, may I kind of flag that the CAO Change of Mind is still open. And also that another intake of the Masters will begin in the autumn. And in that context, we often say that, I suppose, the lasting impact of the university sometimes is not what happens in our lecture theatres or our labs or the library on the playing fields, but it's through the impact of our graduates who literally transform lives and societies after the graduation. So, without any more ado, I'm delighted to introduce our keynote speaker, Mary Robinson. I remember in 1990, the year in which Mary was elected President of Ireland, coincidentally, the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change published its first report. That's 34 years ago. And if it's true to say that that report indicated that alarm bells are ringing, it's true to say that the ringing is now deafening. And in that din for the last 30 years, Mary Robinson has been one of the world's clearest and most consistent voices for the need for climate action and climate justice. We're really proud and honoured that we will have the opportunity today to enjoy her insights. And with any more ado, I welcome on your behalf Mary Robinson.